What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe, hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I am your boy Buzz, and I'm joined by my dude Goose, a.k.a. Bulls Scripted. We're here to recap another Chicago Bulls loss, this time coming at the hands of the Miami Heat, 118-92. Before we do that, be sure to go to OnTapSportsNet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. Go over to the YouTube if you're watching us on Twitter so you can interact with us. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at OnTap Sportsnet. Throw some comments in here to me and Goose, and let's talk about this game. Yeah, that sucked. So originally, background tonight for people who are not familiar with the situation, Goose and I were supposed to be doing a halftime show with a bunch of our Bulls podcasting friends. Matt Peck, C-Red Fred, Big Dave, Matt Gentile, Salim. I mean, all these guys were going to be out, and at the Windy City Bulls game in Hoffman Estates, we're going to do a round table type thing, Fred's round ball table thing, having a good time, just talking Bulls basketball and enjoying each other's company. That was shut down due to COVID issues, really. So Goose and I decided, hey, well, we're not heading to that anymore. We're going to do a post game, and I'm sorry, Goose. I'm sorry you decided to do this one. How you feeling?
I'm not feeling so good, man. I mean, tonight was kind of a total bummer to get that news. You were already on the way there.
Yeah.
I was, taking care of some nervous stomach jitters before leaving, and just never ended up making it to the car because Fred dropped the bomb that, the game was not going to go on because, more than likely one or both teams were not going to have enough players to play a basketball game. So, I had to call my mom, I had to break the news to her that, no go. So sadness all around. And then we had to watch that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What was that?
This is one of the worst performances I've seen. And listen, we just got to preface this right away. We both understand that COVID is ravished this team. 7 of our players, Goose, are affected with this. And I don't know if all 7 have it, but they were either exposed or they have it, placing them on the NBA health and safety protocol list. Goose, obviously that sucks. A guy I feel bad for, I just want to kind of touch on right away, is Stanley Johnson. Now, you and I talked about him in the offseason when he was brought in. We were laughing about your little monk here, the Johnson & Johnson nickname that you had given him in Alizé. And then this poor kid finally gets the call up from the G League, and he's going to contribute. And then he lands after 2 days of being with the Bulls in health and safety protocol list. Absolutely got to be devastating for him.
Yeah, that is definitely not how you want your first, shot on your 10-day contract to go. And then on the health and safety protocol, especially because Alfonso McKinney, somebody that our buddy Coach Ron used to drool about when he was in Golden State, is now a Chicago Bull, also on a 10-day contract. And outside of letting Max Strus cook him for that dunk, I have to say I liked what I saw from McKinney more tonight than I have Matt Thomas throughout the rest of the season. So, Maybe the Bulls rethink the whole Matt Thomas experiment, and we keep one of the Stanimal or Alfonso McKinney there on the roster, because we do need some more versatility and depth at that forward spot, whether that's the 3 or the 4. With the smalls we've been playing, we can use either more than we can use Matt Thomas. So
it somehow became a Matt Thomas shit on fest.
Man, we let the wrong white guy go. Max Strus, his ACL is healed, and he's dunking on fools. And
he's in the rotation on a winning team.
Yep, he's
on a winning team.
Pat Riley is finding these diamonds in the rough consistently over there. Unfortunately, that's one that I guess somewhat slipped through our fingers. But no, I mean, this one was just tough. Zach and Lonzo almost carried us through the first, kind of kept us in it.
Lonzo started off all right.
Yeah, Lonzo started off great. Zach felt like he couldn't miss for most of the night. Couldn't really buy a call. And Lowry, God, I cannot watch that man play basketball.
Drives you nuts, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. Like, I think the first play he was flopping all over. And I'm just like, oh, God, here we go.
I will say, even though he's a flopper, he does play with that defensive intensity, and that's exactly why Jimmy was drawn to him, I bet.
He's a great all-around player, and that's why he gets the calls. But, Gabe Vincent was doing his best Kyle Lowry impersonations out there too. And, the Bulls kind of kept up with the Heat. The Heat had, I think, 9 first-quarter three-pointers. Mm-hmm. And the Bulls weren't quite that hot in the first, but by the second half, they had kind of evened out in three-point makes. So that wasn't the big discrepancy there. Vooch just made Dedmon look like a fucking all-star.
The opposite
was supposed to happen.
Yeah, no, you just beat me to it, and I've got to touch on it, and we're gonna spend time on this for a minute, just because I have been obviously a huge advocate, and I still am. It's not that I've changed my stance on Nikola Vucevic by any means necessary, brother. But tonight, that can't happen again. Because I'm now questioning.
Paula in Dedmon.
Yeah, I mean, you got eaten up by a backup center. I mean, and not just on him guarding you, he beat the fuck out of you offensively, and that Goose, that can't happen. Especially right now with the 7 players, including the number 1 player on this team, or 1A, 1B, whatever you want to say, and DeMar DeRozan being gone. That can't happen. Vooch can't play like this. Dude, the gimmies at the rim he was missing, the lack of lift.
Couldn't hit the gimmies at the rim, couldn't hit his middies, wasn't hitting open threes.
It was bad.
It was embarrassing.
It was. It was one of the most embarrassing performances I've seen him have here. I know we've seen some doozies from him this season compared to what we saw when he came over from the deadline. And yes, I will include his time from Orlando. This was the worst played game he's had here.
I mean, I get he had COVID. I get, new system, new, entire roster, like a lot more ball dominant players, like not just 1, but 2, 3. Like, I get it. But what the fuck? Like, that wasn't the case tonight. Like, you were getting your touches. I don't know how he finished, but I know at one point he was 3 for 15. 3 for 15.
That's what he finished at. He finished at 3 for 15. He went 1 for 4 from downtown, 3 for 4 from the line. He had 10 points, 8 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover. He had 3 fouls. He was beat numerous times on help defense. He was beat numerous times man-to-man against Dwayne Dedmon. This was the worst performance I've seen on a Nikola Vucevic. This is the worst performance I've seen out of him. And I don't know how to fix it, because obviously we know the consistency hasn't been there. And you and I have actually touched on that a couple times this season. But holy shit, this has to be rock bottom. This has to be, I look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh man, am I fucked here? Am I fucked up? And that's really it, Holy shit, Sean O'Malley just beat the shit out of this guy. I'm sorry, I got UFC on in the background. Holy hell. Anyway, I'm sorry, but is this it for Vooch? Not it for him, but I mean, look in the mirror, talk to yourself.
Oh, no, this is definitely rock bottom. I don't think for a player his caliber that he can fall any further this season than he did tonight, given the matchup. Like, you have a old, obviously veteran, good player in Dwayne Dedmon, but not somebody that should take advantage of you on both ends of the floor like he did tonight. And then you had somebody in KZ Okpala 6'8", 215 pounds, backup center, and you can't even back this kid down.
Right.
Like, I mean, at one point he did get like back-to-back foul calls, but then he was missing his free throws too. It was atrocious. It was just an game, and that's 2 in a row now.
Yeah, I really think that he's got to get back in the lab, and he's got to find himself. And I know that sounds so generic in what was it? What did he say? Cliche or whatever. But I mean, I really mean it, man. Like, he's got to figure it out. Like, okay, what made me successful? I am a two-time All-Star, right? I am one of the best players in my position in the NBA. How do I get back there? And I think that takes a lot. Not just, I'm not going to put all that on Billy Donovan myself. It's going to put it on Vooch and Billy to help bring it out of him. It just needs to be done at this point, because if he keeps going on, like, the Bulls are not going to be successful. They'll be a playoff team, bro, but they're not going to be a successful team if he is not decent. If he's all-star level Vooch, watch the fuck out. But if he's not decent, DeMar and Zach can't do it all, man.
No. I mean, Vooch is supposed to be the player that sets you ahead here. He's supposed to be the consistent, steady rock. Like, Zach and DeMar are mid-range, tough shot makers. Vooch is supposed to be your go-to, all reliable in the post with that reliable floor spacing from the 5. And we just have not had that at all this year, which is unfortunate, because you can't blame it on point guard play either. We have the ball movement and facilitators and guys that can make it happen for them where we haven't in the past. And that's no longer an excuse for our big men. I don't know what it is in Chicago. We just seem to have a big man curse. Twin Towers failed.
Ben
Wallace failed. Noah was really it. I mean, and he got by injuries. So, do we just have a LaMarcus Aldridge curse? Like, what the fuck do we got going on here?
I don't know how to make it any better. If I had the answers, I would definitely be praying to the basketball gods to help me figure it out, because, like I said, we can't see a performance like this again. Lonzo, we talked about him. He played 40 minutes tonight. He actually finishes 5 for 15, man. 4 for 12.
He started out hot, too.
Yeah, I know. And 4 for 12 from the 3-point line, 1 for 3 from the free throw line. He 15 points, 3 assists, 5 boards, 1 steal, 1 block, 5 turnovers. Another bad game handling the ball for Lonzo Ball. He had it was a very uncharacteristic game. It has been 2 in a row like that at this point, but we saw that against Cleveland as well, him not being able to take care of the ball. Hesitant on a lot of plays, kind of forced his own turnovers a lot when he didn't want to shoot it for whatever reason. That happened actually on 2 different occasions at the 3-point line, where he passed up a shot, tried making a pass, and the ball was turned over. It can't happen,
Do you think that comes down to him overthinking his new placement in the hierarchy without DeMar gone?
I absolutely do. I absolutely think he's trying to force it a lot. I mean, look, the shot attempts are up, buddy. The shot attempts are up from what we've been seeing during the season. In his style of play, you see it too. He's trying to get to the rim. He's not just looking to shoot the 3 like he kind of has been. And I feel like he just changes his mind a lot. So we've had a rough time watching him. He's had a rough time performing since DeMar's been out. He's only had about a good game since DeMar's been gone. This is the 3rd game, I believe, that DeMar's been gone. So he's got a lot to figure out. He's trying to be the guy next to Zach that helps everything, because he knows Vooch is struggling. Alex Caruso comes back from his hamstring injury tonight. He gets 27 minutes. He looks slow.
If he doesn't go out of bounds on that play tonight, that we win.
Yeah, right. He looked a little slow tonight, but I mean, he still looked good. He'll get his sea legs back under him. He's just come back off that hamstring injury. Those are hard to come back from. You watch baseball players or football players, for that matter, out with hamstring injuries for weeks. Caruso came back in a couple games. I think the reason he did that
hasn't come back from his hamstring injury.
Right. I think that Caruso came back because he saw his team in trouble, So that's where we're at. I want to touch on Zach, 11 for 20, 7 for 11 from downtown, 4 for 5 from the charity stripe, 33 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal for Zach Levine. Let's listen, man, Zach was pretty fucking efficient. All right. I really don't have any bad things to say about Zach. When the ball was in his hand, he hit the shot. When presented with an opportunity to get a teammate involved, he did it. So,
and 2 of those 4 turnovers were Kyle Lowry flops. So,
right.
I think another one was a Gabe Vincent flop. So, kind of Zach just getting baited into predictable moves on those plays. The turnovers are the only thing there that kind of make you disappointed. But 11 for 20, 7-11 from deep. I know it felt like you couldn't miss tonight, but 7 for 11.
That's huge.
That's cooking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Zach, he was cooking alone tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly the thing. It was a one-man show. Zach made 11 field goals tonight, 7 of which were from the 3-point line. Between Ball, Caruso, and Vooch, they made 11 between those 3 of themselves.
Oh,
yeah. And then Troy Brown Jr., who got the nod tonight, 4 for 11, had some bad defensive lapses.
Man, God bless his soul. I love TBJ, but bad shots. Forced a lot of things tonight.
That missed dunk at the end of the game, that about hurt. I think I might be dead, actually. I'm not sure.
That was a Hutch-like moment.
Yeah, that was bad. So, obviously it didn't work out for them tonight. Beating a dead horse here. Seven fucking players out with the in health and safety protocols. I mean, I'm going to use that for my narrative.
I can't use that for our narrative though, because the Heat didn't have Bam or Jimmy.
No, I know, and they didn't have Morris, but they no, you're right. We should have won this game. Between Vooch, Zach, and Lonzo, I think that we should have won this game as well. There's listen, Duncan Robinson going off. We know he's capable of that. All right. Hero didn't go off, but he had 17, 7 for 18 from the floor tonight.
I was listening to the Heat broadcast. I know you're going to roast me for that again.
No, I'm not going to roast you.
But they call him the baby goat, and I kind of vomited a few times. And then
they call who the baby goat? Tyler Hero? Why?
I don't know.
Does he look like a goat? I don't think so. I mean, I'll do a side bite because that could be the only reason they say he looks like that's the only thing they can say, baby goat. They have another similar white guy on the team that's actually shooting high percentages, or decent percentages in Duncan Robinson.
I don't know.
Okay, that's odd to me, but all right, baby fucking goat. Yeah, I mean, he didn't go off or anything, like Duncan Robinson went off. I mean, would you consider that going off? 9 for 13, 5 for 9?
Duncan Robinson went off against us the last game too, because he hasn't had the greatest year shooting except for against the Bulls.
Right. So. Well, and this is what kills me. Again, I'm going up and down this fucking box score, and I look at Dwayne Dedmon's game and being the second leading scorer for Miami tonight, and that just kills me. That was
like I said, he looked like a fucking all-star against Vooch. It was sickening. Like in every facet of the game, on the boards, on the offensive end, on the defense, it was just bad, and that can't happen.
No, it can't. The Bulls play 2 games next week. All right, because tomorrow's Sunday, right? Yeah, so Sunday. And they play next Sunday against the Lakers. So they only have a Tuesday and a Thursday game this upcoming week. So obviously, let's hope, some guys that are slated to come back. Like Kobe White should be ready to go maybe hopefully Tuesday.
We need another scorer, man.
Yeah,
it was pathetic.
Right. DeMar DeRozan should be ready by Thursday, I think. He should be ready by Thursday, so we should be good there. Hope, and I don't know when they're going to come back. It all depends on how this has affected them. And obviously the negative tests, need to come through to prove that they're okay to continue going forward. But yeah, so that's where we're kind of at with that. So the Bulls will play Detroit on Tuesday, and that is at home at the United Center at 7:00. It's a good matchup for the Bulls right now because they're, we just came off a stretch of playing a Western, well, actually, the last 4 games, Brooklyn, Denver, Cleveland, Miami. Those are all playoff teams. And now we're going to be going up against a 4 and a 21 Detroit Piston team. Don't take them lightly, but at least the competition isn't fucking insane. Try to take advantage of it, get back in the win column. Hopefully you get some of your guys back here.
Yeah, I mean, if we can kind of slide by that game, handle business against a team while we're shorthanded, that we can definitely handle shorthanded, and get these guys back and get back to taking care of business and move on like this never happened. Build up some good old immunity there, hopefully. Although Zach's been in protocol enough times to tell me that it is most definitely possible to be there more than once. So, hopefully we get our bad luck out of the way here, and then we can just kind of ride smooth and easy and find a groove in a system and a style of play and everything that works for a healthy roster. Because we've seen a team that can play without Vooch. We thought after we beat the Knicks that we might have a team that could play without DeMar. Turns out, no. And we need some bodies back. And we'll see, going to the trade deadline, what happens? We've been too busy talking about sucking to really even touch on the possibilities of making a move for that final piece that puts us way over the top.
I mean, I don't know where that piece lies, and I don't know where that piece exists. And I think
that's my issue too. I see it on Twitter a lot. Pat, Kobe, we have 2 firsts this year.
They're not trading Pat. They're not.
I don't think they're trading Patrick Williams either. Especially because at his value right now, being injured, I don't think you get fair market value for him to begin with.
Not just that, but can we acknowledge real quick? Because I think that we should do an episode on this. Do some predictions coming up here in the future. We'll write some shit down, maybe target players. And it doesn't necessarily have to happen, but
we're not going to wing it.
Oh no, we could totally wing it too. I mean, whatever you want to do. We don't write shit down. We just usually wing it for sure. I think we've done pretty well so far winging it. But if we do go and find, players that we would like to see, necessarily not moves that are going to happen, but maybe something we would enjoy to see happen, we could do something like that. But there's one thing I just need to point out here. For everybody saying that the Bulls are going to, be in on this Sabonis Miles Turner thing and Patrick Williams is going to be the center, piece of that deal or whatever, they are not trading him within the fucking division. That won't happen. So that just needs to be wiped out. I don't care if it's a 3-team trade. I don't care. They are not trading Pat to Indiana. They're not trading Pat to Detroit for a grant.
Yeah, trading Wendell was one thing. Trading Kobe would be another. Letting Lowry go / trading Lowry was another thing. Those aren't guys that Acme selected. But Pat's their project. You got Project Pat there. So
we just need to pump the brakes on these crazy. And again, we also need to keep in mind too, I know Vooch's struggles are existing, but the contract with him is not terrible, but it's going to be a little bit tough to move if he's playing the way he's playing right now. We can't just the only trade I
want is Kobe, Pat, and Vooch for Jokic. That's it.
Oh, you want Jokic a couple years early, huh?
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. He's going to sign with us anyway. We might as well.
Might as well just go get him now.
Yeah, might as well go get it early and just give Denver something worth their while to, move on from the inevitable.
Nah, I'm cool with that. Man. I'm cool with that. But we'll do an episode like that. We'll do, we'll throw some questions out on the Twitter and shit. And if you guys want to hop in, we'll even bring people into the fucking stream and we'll just talk some shit, talk some Bulls shop and potential trades. But I don't really have much else, man. Just hopefully get back on track against Detroit because Zach can't do it alone. He's going to need some fucking help. And hopefully Kobe White comes back. And I know he wasn't playing great, but, he can light up the scoreboard. So hopefully he can help out with some scoring responsibilities here on Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I mean, nothing really else from me. I just want to thank everyone that was going to come out tonight to our event at the Now Arena. Much appreciated. I hope that you guys do make it out to the rescheduled event. As soon as we know when that is, we will get that out to you because that was going to be a really good time tonight. The Bulls sucking ass hurt, but I was more disappointed with the fact that we didn't get to go have a good time.
Yeah, no, I got to reiterate that, man. I really, we had a lot of people message us or even write on our Twitter that they were coming to check us out and check out everybody else, the Locked On and the Big Red Bus and Bulls Gold and the Rebuildable podcast. It was a really cool thing. I think our podcasting community was going to do together. Something that I think that we've really embraced is, making friends in this community. Obviously, it's how you and I met, and we started doing the show. I was really looking forward to meeting people that listen, that not just listen, but like love the Bulls like we do, and talking with them, and then doing that little roundtable thing. I thought it was going to be super cool. But, I do give kudos to the Windy City Bulls for, calling that shit if, and not forcing it to happen if they didn't have enough players to go forward, or it didn't seem like a safe environment. It's cool that they were able to, just pull it and just say, hey, we're going to reschedule this, make it happen. But like Goose said, we'll let you know whenever we hear anything about it possibly happening again. And hopefully it does. Cause like you said, I was really looking forward to that, hanging out with everybody, having a drink or two and talking shop. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got for this one. Do you have any parting words besides what you said, or are we all good to rock out?
No, we're good to rock out here. Just kick some Pistons ass. That's all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fuck Detroit. Yes. That's my last thing is fuck Detroit. Everybody be short. You're going on tap. Wait, funny story. Fred told me I couldn't swear. Did you see that DM? They said specifically, Buzz, do not swear, Buzz. And I was like, okay. And I was really panicked about it on my drive. I was just swearing in my car to myself, just trying to get it all out.
Just letting it all out.
Well, there's a quota. I have to hit a certain quota of swear words by the end of the day. So I think that's
funny.
Yeah, it's just like a mental.
I mean, I get it. Obviously, the G League's more of like a family venue kind of thing. So is any venue when it comes.
Yeah, I think we'd be frowned upon if I just dropped like a big F-bomb anywhere. I don't think anybody would be too happy with us, and we would probably be not allowed to go back while everybody else probably would. So I was very, very conscious of not swearing today.
Yes.
So, but again, everybody be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at BullsScripted, me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. Run on over to the YouTube, on Tap Sportsnet YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Join us in the comment section. After every single game, we are live. So do that, please. And we'll be back on Tuesday after the Bulls play the Detroit Pistons. Let's go, Bulls.